Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm just trying to get as much time with Bruce that I can. It's been way too long. I don't even remember, Bruce, the first time I had you in my studio, way back when, probably 2010-ish, somewhere.
Down on Jefferson.
Yep.
Downtown Portland.
Oh, my God. Back in the little...
Oh, yeah.
Geez, dude, that's 09.
We were like this behind the little desk.
Dude, no kidding, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I say we. The CCA has had a lot of change here in the Northwest, a lot of positives. I wouldn't even say I'd say very little negatives. Maybe some things just don't materialize, but nothing but positive is what the CCA has done. And this is just one of them that, would you say that the barbless hook issue is something that can get tackled? Is it something that you would think that we might be able to get reversed on the Columbia, or is Washington just going to just squash it each and every time?
I'm pretty optimistic that we can get something done on it, just because there's so much of the current science that backs up taking it away.
Right.
If your purpose is to fish in a mixed stocked fishery and remove hatchery fish and release wild fish, a barbed hook is a more effective tool than a barbless hook.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's just not my opinion. That's what the scientific papers, recent ones, have shown.
Well, but we both know that when there's agendas to be followed, science is the first thing that gets thrown out the window.
I just think there's less passion on this Columbia River issues now than there used to be. They say, well, if we give you anything, we got to undo all of the gillnet reforms and bring it all back out, you know, to rehash the whole thing. And we're like, no, thank you. We're not going to do that. So.
And I think your point of what you mentioned, I had not heard about the, excuse me, the study done on the callets. Excuse me. That was a point that I don't think anybody's ever really brought up, that you're going to go through more fish with barbless hooks, and it's an absolute fact. Go fishing on the Columbia at any given time, and if your landing ratio with barbless hooks is better than something you might think with barbed hooks, you're completely wrong. You're going to shake off more fish most of the time than what you're able to take home, right? You only get one. Let's talk springers, just in particular. You get one springer. I can't count how many days that it's been, oh, well, I hooked 3, I lost 2 of them, but I did land the 1. All 3 of them got stung, right? And that's what that science is going to tell you, that hook went somewhere, but with the barbless hook, it's just coming out. So that is really one that I find that interesting to have that actually brought up in a study.
Yeah. There's been multiple studies. You got enough gray in your beard, you may remember that when...
Don't say the Tolmans. Don't say the Tolmans.
No, it was before that, actually.
Okay.
There was a rule in Oregon that any river that had wild steelhead in it, any time of the year, had to be barbless year-round.
Okay, yeah.
And ODFW did some studies. Predominantly, the one I'm thinking of was on the Deschutes. Yeah. And so what do fishermen do when you have to go away from a barbed treble hook? You go to a single siwash.
Right.
A bigger single siwash.
Right.
And it ends up in the gill rakers, and it ends up poking their eye out.
It was in the tongue a lot, too.
And deep in the tongue. Yeah.
The Deschutes was single barbless hook only.
Right.
My entire time growing up on the Deschutes River in the mid to late 80s, right? And then they switched it, and they brought it back to where you could fish trebles and barbs. Because they determined it was better for the system.
The hook wound is in the outer jaw mostly.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting one.
So we had that rule in Oregon statewide, and then after like 2 years, they rescinded it.
Right.
So it's been back and forth, but Oregon's always been on the side of, you know, we'll do what's best for the fish. And like I said, there's less passion on the whole Columbia River thing with the current, you know, commissions on both sides of the river. Less of this, you know, wanting to get you back. And so I hope the science can carry it, and we'll end up getting rid of barbless hooks on the Columbia.
Well, everybody that's watching at home and myself, we all appreciate the efforts that the CCA is putting in on this front, of course, and countless other fronts for salmon and steelhead here in the state of Oregon. Of course, Washington has a CCA as well. If you're looking at your screen right now, you're seeing the way that you can join the CCA. Maybe it's something that you've done in the past and decided not to re-up, or maybe it's something that you've just been like, what has Owen been talking about for so many years? There's the information. Go to one of the banquets or just sign up, right? The folks that are there are all volunteers. They are selfless with what they do. They just put on one of the best banquets that I've ever seen and raised a ton of dough to keep them up and running. Like the very first meeting that they had with Gary Loomis, you got to have a war chest full of money. right? You have to be able to fight against the idiots that are out there. It takes cash, and it takes people that know what they're doing, and usually it's attorneys and politicians. And the only thing that operates them is cold, hard cash, just that simple, right? CCA is a great organization. I highly recommend jumping in and being a member there.
Makes a great Christmas gift.
That's right. I'm
$30 stocking stuffer right there.
Dude, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. First things first, it's great to see you again. Thanks for coming in and sharing some of the insight. We appreciate that. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap it up. We got an upcoming, extremely busy weekend. We'll have that when we come back from this break.